Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what if what what am I gonna do with you motherfuckers? And welcome to a Sunday stream with Angie Boss. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend has been treating you well, and thanks for joining me on another Sunday stream for some more Valkyria Chronicles as we get into chapter 16. We're getting close to the end of the game, and actually, okay, listen, guys, I gotta turn off Angie Face. Angie Face makes me look angy. So there you go. No more Angie Face. But I'm still, don't get the wrong idea, still Angie. Just not Angie Face. So don't worry. We're gonna get to that. But anyway, we are in chapter 16 of Valkyria Chronicles. We have just finished up, I guess, another big turning point in the story with the fortress at Gerlandio, where we got to fight and then say goodbye to Solaria for the final time in this particular playthrough. But again, hopefully you guys are having a good weekend so far. And of course, as always, thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. You do not have to do that. So I appreciate you choosing to come and spend some time here with me and these degenerate donkeys here on the Bezos TV. But there was some big news today. For those of you that do not know, we just had our final stream from Mume of Hololive English last night. So she is now officially graduated from Hololive, moving on to new things, which really sucks. I'm sad to see her go because I'd said before, I like all the Hololive girls. I like the Ian girls. And it was a little bit emotional. It was a little bit emotional. There definitely were some onion ninjas in my apartment last night as I was watching the stream. But it was rough. It was rough. But I'm glad that she's moving on and hopefully gonna move on to bigger and better things. She has already hinted at what may be coming next. So I know we will see her again. I'm just waiting to see how long that will take and what form it will take. So remember, she's not gone. She's not gone. She's just changing lanes. That's all. She's just changing lanes. And that's a Paul Walker reference, so pour one out for Paul Walker as well. If you know, you know. Anyway, chat. Yeah, we won't be moomin anymore. We won't be moomin anymore, but that doesn't mean we won't see her again. And then, of course, the other big news this week, and the reason that I bring up this news is because I've already been getting questions about it. So those of you that are not in the gamosphere may not know, but this week, we just got the Oblivion remaster, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster, basically, and I haven't bought the game yet, so I don't know. But as best most people can tell, it is basically it's just Oblivion in the creation engine with Unreal 5 over the top of it. There are a few changes here and there other than the graphics, but mostly it's been to streamline the experience. And from what I have seen, again, I have not bought it yet, so I'm not speaking from personal experience, but from what I have seen, it is the authentic Elder Scrolls Oblivion experience. It like bugs and all the bugs, all the weird little quirks about the game, like it is Oblivion in all its glory. Now, the thing is, and some of you guys are already talking about it in the chat there, but they have discovered that the game is so much Oblivion, like the original Oblivion, that there are already a lot of mods from the original game that work with the modded version of the game. Obviously, textures and models and things like that that were created almost 15 years ago for the game um, don't look as good in Unreal 5 as they did back in those days, but it's really cool that the game is so similar to the original that some mods even still work with it. And honestly, what I'm hoping is that some of those unofficial patches are some of the first big mods to get updated because yes, the base game comes with all the DLC and all the other patches that helped improve the game and fix some of the bugs after launch, but the game was still buggy as hell. So the unofficial patches for any Bethesda game are the things that usually close the loop on a lot of those persistent bugs, not just game bugs, but creation engine bugs. And those are the things that Bethesda just never bothers to fix about anything. So it'll be good to see some of those older mods get forward ported to the new version of the game. I am absolutely going to play Oblivion. However, I don't know if I'll play it on stream because Unreal 5 is notoriously unstable. And I don't know that that's going to change anytime soon. And unfortunately, as I've said before, I don't currently have a separate streaming rig. So I have to run all of my VTubing software on the same machine that I'm running my game on. And especially graphic intensive games, like for example, Cyberpunk is a good example. But also basically any Unreal 5 game is not going to play nice with my VTubing software, and it might cause issues with frame rate and things like that. So not saying that we'll never play Oblivion Remastered, but I probably will not be playing it on stream in the near future. Getting a streaming rig up and running is on my to-do list now that I actually have a job, now that I actually have some income. It is on my to-do list. As I've said in the past, I do have an old PC, my older PC that I replaced a couple of years ago. Yeah, Wasteland. And that's the reason that I haven't played Clans on stream yet either, because again, anything in Unreal 5 is going to be problematic with the setup that I currently have. And I'm working on that. So like I said, now that I actually have some stable income, I do have an older PC, the one that I upgraded from. Most of it is still there. Most of it still has all of its parts and all that. So I am working on getting a streaming rig put together. It's just that here in the immediate, I'm just trying to get my personal finances and my personal situation sorted out first, now that I actually have a job again. But getting a streaming rig up and going so that we can play some of those, I guess, chunkier games is the best way to put it. But playing some of those newer, chunkier games is definitely on the to-do list. So we will be getting to that. I can't say when, but it is on the to-do list in the future. Because I want to do a Cyberpunk playthrough with you guys as well. I think Cyberpunk is a fun game to play on stream because there's a lot of decisions and stuff, and I can like give you guys some input on how we play the characters. So like Oblivion, I think would be a fun stream game. Cyberpunk would be a fun stream game. I don't know about Twans because it's a very linear experience, but I might play it with you guys just because, I mean, I started out as a giant stompy robot player, so I mean, I might as well. We got to go back to giant stompy robots. And speaking of giant stompy robots, chat, I have not forgotten about BattleTech. We got big patches for BTA. We still got MechWarrior 5 in the pipeline. They mercs, not clans. So we will definitely be getting back to some giant stompy robots in the future. Don't think that I have given up on stompy robots. But anyway, that is pretty much all I've got for the preamble today, chat. That is all I have for the news and the things going on. Again, not to further rip your heart in two, but don't forget, we do have the Gura, the Goob. We have the Goob graduation coming up soon, so just keep that. Be ready, chat. Keep your heart strong. Keep your heart strong. So here we are, back in the book. Back in the book, we are starting Chapter 16, The Maiden's Shield. And I did not forget, because you reminded me to not forget to be reminded about the reminder to go to the headquarters. Because we got a bunch of experience and a bunch of shekels last time. So we gotta spend that stuff because we're gonna be getting into some of the tougher missions here towards the end of the game. So we're gonna need every experience point and every shekel we can get our hands on. And Via with 100 Bezos, Buck says, start the game already. Look here, motherfucker. Last I checked, you were in there in that hype train too. So don't you give me that. Your goofball bullshit is part of the reason that I had to spend 30 minutes thanking you guys. Don't pretend like you're not a part of this. Alright, Chad, let's check the war cemetery first. Let's see if the old man's gonna be stinky today. See if he's gonna have an order for us. It is getting towards the end of the game, so he probably
Hello again,
will.
Son.
We'll check it out.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing I can teach you now. Work at making the last one yours.
Yeah?
I hope we'll meet again.
He's got
Should
nothing.
you wish.
He has
You
nothing
can likely
today.
find me here.
Old man is stinky. And Kirk Haslam gifted a sub to a Reckonator. Thank you, Kirk Haslam, for the gifted sub. And of course, a Reckonator, welcome back into the cult of bad tactical decisions. You know where the Ecto Cooler is by now, so I'll leave you to it. And then we got Lord Rinza saying, any interest in Hive Fleet as a stream game sometime down the line? I feel it'd be right up this channel's alley. Customizable ships, big gun, and war crimes. I have, in fact, talked about Hive Fleet before. And kind of like Star Sector, which is another game that I think would be fun to play on stream. The problem that I have with Hive Fleet is I'm not very good at it. I'm really terrible at the game. Star Sector, I'm actually not bad at as long as I never get in any ship fights. Because I'm absolutely terrible at the ship fights in Star Sector as well. So, while it would be a fun game to play on stream, I'm just not good at the game. We would basically just be seeing the first 10 minutes of the game over and over again for 6 or 8 hours. So, if you guys want to see that, we can do that, but I feel like it would be boring. But yes, I am aware of Hive Fleet. I like the concept of the game. I'm just not any good at playing it. Alright, I don't think we're going to have any side stories available this late in the campaign, but I'm still going to check it out. I'm still going to try. No, that's not what I wanted. Back up.
So?
No, I have not. If you don't have side stories, I have not come to donate.
Come back.
I've given you a bunch of my money, woman. Alright, now to the training field. Just another space trucker. I mean, you're not wrong.
Welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots!
You're not wrong.
Train all you want. I've got all...
And Hero Wolfgang in the chat as well. Good to see you, Hero. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday, and hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Let's see. We got a lot of classes that are behind. I tell you what. We're gonna need to upgrade our snipers and our troopers.
Yeah?
I got no use for tears! Sweat! Sweat!
We got Oxford in the chat as well. Good to see you, Oxford. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday as
Good work,
well.
maggots! You're one
Before
level
Hero
closer to
Wolfgang
human.
resubscribing for a second month, saying 2 months already. It is indeed. Well, thank you for the 2 months, Hero. We do appreciate that. Well, I appreciate it. I don't know if the rest of the guys do. I'm not going to speak for them. Even though I am a little bit of a cult leader at this point. But we're not a cult, I promise. We only call ourselves a cult for the tax write-off. I promise. There's no cult-like activity. We definitely don't have bright purple robes. There are no chants, no slogans. You don't have to remember any rules. It's not a cult, I swear. But thank you for the 2 months.
Looks like that session beat a new potential. Okay.
Oh, we got a new order. Learned neutralize. This order protects one ally from being counterattacked after firing. Oh my. Chad, I can imagine a bunch of different situations coming up towards the end of the game. So I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. The reason that I'm focusing on the troopers and the snipers is because they are going to be very, very important for the final mission, for the final boss fight. I know the final boss fight very, very well because when I first played through this game many years ago, it took me a lot of tries to finally beat this boss fight. Because I didn't realize it at the time, but my people were heavily under-leveled for the point in the game where I was at. So, I have learned my lesson, and we're definitely going to be leveling up the troopers and the snipers because we're going to need them desperately for the final battle. We also need to spend some experience leveling up the lancers, but I'll do that after the next mission.
I got no use. Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human.
There you go. Gray Figure's got it. There are no chants. There are no slogans in the cult because we're not a cult. Only cults have slogans, you guys. Remember, it's just a tax write-off. We're just dodging the IRS. That's all it is. Alright, now we get to see what fun toys they got for us in R&D. Hopefully they got some good stuff, because again, we're getting to the end of the game. So I'm hoping that we've got some good stuff in here. Well, we don't have as much stuff as I thought. I kind of want to go with the mortar lance just because, but I'm not, at least not yet. I'm actually surprised. There appears to be no upgrades for any of our people. This is really strange. Alright, well maybe now's a good time to spend some money on some of the tank upgrades that we weren't able to buy earlier. I don't really need a mortar upgrade, but I guess I'll buy it, because it's a passive upgrade. Let's see. We don't really need any of this other stuff. I will buy the radiator upgrades, though, because that critical defense is super important. Let's see. This one, oh my, that's gonna be... Inventory Tetris intensifies, chat. I'm trying to think of how I can make this plate, this new critical defense. I'm trying to figure out how to make this fit. Because we have the rotating periscope, the bulletproof visor. Those are all increasing our accuracy. So I definitely want to keep those. Okay, so what we have the extra magazine. I could lose the extra magazine because we're not really firing more than one mortar per turn. So let's get that out of here. No, make it, there we go. I want that out. What's the other thing that we have? We have the reinforced leaf, which is tread defense. I don't really need tread defense. So... we lose a little bit of accuracy by giving up the bulletproof visor. Because we already have the periscope. The firing calculator also gives us some accuracy, but that's going to be hard to fit in as well. Just because of the inventory Tetris. But man, that's a 20-point accuracy increase. Lord Rensis says, honestly, the fun of watching High Fleet is watching folks get to grips with it. It's like watching someone get used to a Souls game. Well worth the learning curve. No, don't get me wrong, Lord Rensis. It's not that I'm unfamiliar with the game. I just suck at it. Like, I've played it a bunch. I just, for whatever reason, I felt like I never really got any better at it. Again, I'm not against the idea, it's just, I feel like it wouldn't be a very exciting experience for you guys to watch. Unless you just like watching me fail, in which case, we could just play Battle Brothers instead. And BLM Day coming into the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, BLM. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday stream. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. And if not, hopefully it'll be a little better now that you're here. We could help you be better. I don't know about that. I mean, like, there's a certain amount of, like, you can get good at anything, but, like, the thing about talent is it'll only take you so far, and I have zero talent for games like that. Let me see. So, let's see. If I do this, this is... Yeah. So if I take this away, this is what, 16? I'm thinking, chat, because there's no way for me to put the Ragnite coated plate and the firing calculator on the Edelweiss. There's just not enough room. So we get 28 from what we have. We get 20 from the firing calculator. There's gotta be a way to make this work, chat. There's gotta be a... Or we could just give up on the crit defense and double down on... Oh, here we go. Here's what we'll do. And then I'll put the hard steel plate in there. Which kind of sucks, because I just developed the brand new critical defense, but then now we're not even using it. But I kind of want to focus on accuracy again for the final mission, for the final boss fight. Because having the Edelweiss be able to take those long distance shots and actually hit is going to be super important. So I'm going to focus on the accuracy over the critical defense. And that might be a mistake, but I'll burn that bridge when we get there. Let's see. Don't really have any other upgrades here that we need, so let's hit the Shamrock and see what we can do with that. And Jotun gifting a sub to BLM because BLM was in the chat for more than 5 seconds without a sub. Thank you, Jotun, for the gifted sub. And BLM, welcome back in to the cult of bad tactical decisions. I'll leave you to get the Ecto Cooler at your own discretion. Lord Renzo says, the ship fights or the strategic lands you had trouble with? Oh, it's the ship fights. Absolutely, Lord Renzo. Just like Star Sector, it's the ship fights. Like, my brain just doesn't work that way. Like, there's a certain level of hand-eye coordination that you need to be good at those games, and I just don't have it. It's not for my lack of trying, I promise. It's just like the motor skills needed to be good at games like that. I just, again, brain no work that way. Could you remove the steel? Oh, yeah. I mean, again, I'm focusing on accuracy, Bellicose. Because the accuracy is more important than the critical defense. Kind of what Jeff Bua said. If you don't point the radiator at the enemy, you don't need the defense. But I still keep the defense where I can just because it's the next best thing to have. Because every once in a while, the enemy will do goofy stuff that you're not expecting. Let me see. Unfortunately, we don't have the Flammenwerfer upgrade for the Shamrock. I guess we could do a radiator upgrade for it, because I feel like we have not Tetrised out the Shamrock yet. So maybe it's time to do that. Go ahead and... I mean, I don't know that... Like, what do you need accuracy for with a flamethrower? But we're gonna put a firing calculator on a flamethrower turret because why not? We also have some other stuff that we could put in. We have a 1x3 spare tread. I don't really need tread HP, but it's the only thing that will fit in that slot at the moment, so I'm just gonna do it. And if we find something better to put in there, I'll do it, but for now, that's... Oh, well. Never mind. Actually, neither of these helps us either, because again, flamethrower doesn't need an accuracy upgrade. And we don't have the mortar with the flamethrower turret, so expanding the magazine capacity doesn't do us any good either. So yeah, that's pretty much all we can do with the Shamrock.
Come.
So yeah, we still got a bunch of shekels, chat. Does that mean we're rich? I feel like that means we're rich. Surely XCOM taught that you use flamethrowers need accuracy. I mean, you're not wrong. As previously discussed, we had far too many just point-blank misses with flamethrowers in XCOM, which I didn't even think was possible. Like, I've said before, I think it's stupid, and I get why they did it because of the way that XCOM works, but I think it's stupid that the mods that add flamethrowers make them a % to hit weapon instead of a cone fire or a template fire weapon. Like, if I spray a cone of fire with a flamethrower, there should not ever be a chance of you not getting hit by said fire. But that's a different game, different discussion. Anyway, chat, we gotta get into the actual cutscenes so we can figure out what this giant behemoth is and what plans Maximilian has to try to still win this war. Because so far, he's been losing pretty bad.
The Clodin wildwood is but a tender flower patch before the Marmota.
Your Grace, a massive explosion was reported at the Citadel at Ghirlandaio, sir. Our rear guard and Gallia's primary force were both caught in the blast and obliterated.
I see. Then Selvaria has performed her duty.
Chat, we talked about this last time I talked about Silvaria and her relationship with Maximilian. But I want you to pay very close attention because that is the closest thing you will get to seeing a reaction out of him at this woman that devoted her entire fucking existence to giving him what he wanted. That is the most reaction you will see out of him over that. In fact, he's happy about it. So if you ever needed any further proof that Maximilian is a giant piece of shit, I mean, I literally cannot give you more proof than this moment right here.
Now nothing remains to stay our hand. Continue the march to the Gallian capital.
The man is not a good man. He is a piece of shit. And I will die on this hill, although I don't think there's a whole lot of people that would argue that I'm wrong on that.
The Empire's ultimate weapon passed unhindered through the thick of Cloden's woods, said to be impenetrable to all but bird and beast, and continued its juggernaut march north towards the gates of Castle Randgries. Leaving the former site of the citadel at Ghirlandaio behind, the militia raced to the capital's southern gates to intercept it.
Everyone, we've received intelligence on the weapon coming through Cloden's forest. The report identifies it as one of their most tightly guarded development projects. It closely matches plans for a terrestrial dreadnought, Marmota. It's heavily armored and carries a host of large-caliber cannons. A battleship on legs.
Leave it to the imps. It's one ridiculous tank after the other from these people.
And you know that means something because it's coming from Largo. And if you give Largo vegetables, there's no tank that he can't destroy. So if Largo's worried about it, you know shit's getting serious.
Furthermore, it is likely that Maximilian is aboard the Marmota in person.
Are you serious? How'd he get there so quickly?
Regardless, we need to stop that thing, or the capital will be in danger.
Oh sure, just gotta stop it. It's a battleship, boss. How are we gonna stop it?
We'll be cooperating with the Randgries Royal Guard in effecting Operation Maiden's Shield. Our job is to lure the Marmota into a canyon the Guard has lined with mines. Beyond the mines, they'll be concentrating all of their firepower to stop it.
Leading it into a minefield, huh? So we're the bait.
Unfortunately, yes. With Gallia's army vaporized, this plan is our only real option. Once they get out on open land, there's no stopping them. It has to happen in that gully.
A land dreadnought. I still can't even imagine.
Welkin.
Alicia, what's wrong? You look kind of down.
It's nothing. I'm fine. Now let's go beat us up a battleship.
Remember, Chet, when she says she's fine, she's not fine.
Alicia.
Highness, the Empire's dreadnought approaches at great speed.
Thank you.
Look, Chad, I know I said this before. I'm like, the acoustics in this royal chamber are really good, but also I hate them because it makes everything echo.
The Royal Guard and militia were deployed in a tandem operation, but the outlook is grim.
We understand. We shall join them on the field. Fetch here the royal armaments and tell the castle guard to assemble outside.
Your Highness, where do you intend to go?
I cannot idly sit atop a throne while the nation crumbles around me. It is the office of the Archduke's duty to fight for the safety of its people.
Ah, yes, but that would be inconvenient, Highness. I ask you, make no foolish choices.
Borg, what is the meaning of this?
You are a precious bargaining chip, alive. It would not do to allow you to simply leave.
Oh no, chat, the piece of shit advisor with the I'm absolutely an evil dude mustache and goatee that already tried to coup once has unsurprisingly decided he wants to coup a second time. Who could have possibly foreseen this turn of events?
Bargaining chip? You plan to sell our nation to the Empire then?
Perish the thought, dear princess. Gallia is about to be reborn, a new child. As a glorious kingdom with me as its king.
See, he's even like, Chet, you don't have an evil laugh like that without some practice. Okay? He has been practicing that laugh in the mirror for weeks, possibly even months. This man is premeditated 100%. Look at the smile on this motherfucker's face. He has been practicing that shit. It only works in that room. Exactly. It's like he knows. And listen. First time chatter says, good time for a stabbing. While I agree, I disagree with your name because I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. So instead, I'm just gonna call you Dig. You are Dig. So welcome to the stream, Dig. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday. Hopefully you're having an outstanding weekend so far. Alright, here we go, Chad. We're gonna get into the first battle. Well, our first showdown
We're
with the
about to
Marmota.
commence Operation Maiden's Shield, together with the Randgrees Royal Guard.
The Marmota will approach from the north end of the area, advancing southward at every turn. You'll head along this route, trying to direct its path. Your mission is to lead it to this location where the Randgrees Royal Guard and a field full of mines await it. I repeat, your objective is to lure the Marmota to the specified destination. Anyone or anything caught in the path of his advance will be out instantly. You'll have no chance to call for a medic. We gotta be careful, Chad. Plan your tactics carefully. I know you can do this without any casualties. I mean, if you don't count the do-overs, we've done this whole war with only one casualty, and that was a story casualty, so we couldn't do anything about it. Still salty about that. Just gonna take the best emoto from us. Not even give us a chance to call the medic. Very uncool game. Very uncool. Alright, well this is gonna be a little bit of an interesting mission here, so we'll have to... Everybody's gotta move. I don't know how many command points we're gonna be getting, so I'm gonna keep things light. I kind of want to bring Largo, but I also feel like Largo's not really gonna help on this mission because he's very, very slow. Lancers are so slow, you guys. But I still also kind of want to take him anyway, because it's Largo. No, Fluffy. That was a different timeline. Homer is still alive. As you can clearly see, it was a different timeline. It was a hallucination. Homer didn't actually die, you see. Let me see. Speaking of Homer, I mean, we definitely need an engineer for this mission, so we'll take him. We haven't taken him in a little while. Is this a map I think it is? I'm not entirely sure, Hero, because I don't know which map you think it is. This is the map in the canyon where we're trying to divert the giant land battleship. I think We're not gonna be able to take the full Gal Squad, but I'll take some of Gal Squad. And let's see if I made the wrong decision. The hurry up and run away? Yes, it is that mission.
Letting the enemy past here means allowing them into the capital. That must be avoided at any cost. Good luck.
We have to divert that monster away from the capital! Squad 7, move out!
Welkin, I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news or anything, but he's right behind you. Just FYI.
So that's it, huh? They weren't kidding with that battleship stuff.
Remember, our mission's just to lead it along. Avoid combat where you can. And don't forget to keep your distance. Get run over by that thing and it's all over.
So, if I remember right, I don't remember how far the Marmota moves every turn, but if I remember right, we're basically like, I think we have to get the Edelweiss into this little thing, to save it from getting blown up, because I don't think it can actually move far enough. Maybe I'm wrong? It's been a little while. I don't really remember. Well, we are gonna move the tanks
Way
first.
ahead of you.
We're sending units out to both sides.
Man, there he is again. Steve Bloom just does so many voices in this game.
How's their manpower now?
And of course, because we have just a flamethrower and a machine gun, we can't really do anything with the Shamrock. At least not yet. Let's see. We'll grab the Edelweiss. We're gonna run over our own people a little bit, but there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry, Homer. You're a little bit of a masochist, so you probably actually enjoyed it. And I see the explosives. I don't know if they're actually gonna let us...
Yes, right away.
...hit the explosives this turn?
My flesh will not be desecrated.
Because I think... Do we shoot it? I don't remember if we shoot it or if we have to blow it up. I think we have to blow it up.
This may not work.
Okay, yeah. And now we have time to get out of the way. Although, I might have done goofed.
Come in. I repeat, come in.
I might have done goofed. I done goofed. Yep. Yep. Okay, chat, we gotta restart. Because I just killed the Edelweiss. I can't actually restart. I'm gonna have to wait until we fail. And then I'm gonna have to restart. Because I don't want to redo all the stuff that we just did. So I'm just gonna end the turn and we're gonna restart the mission. I got a little ahead of myself.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's my mistake. My mistake. We'll do it again. We're off to a good start, chat. We're off to a great start.
We have to divert that monster away from the capital! Squad 7, move out!
Alright. So this time I gotta make sure I don't leave the Edelweiss in the middle of the explosion
So that's
zone.
it, huh? They weren't kidding with that battleship stuff.
Yeah, no, we did this one already. We're good, Largo. So let me do this first.
Ha! Leave it to me. Rosie, you're like the man.
I still don't know how I feel about that statement. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the grenade on that. So that way we'll have the, we'll have the explosive area visible from the beginning. And hopefully I won't have any more accidents like we just did. Question mark.
Enemy.
Okay, there we go. So then we do the same thing. Over here? I don't think we have to do that one, if I remember right. Maybe we do. I don't remember.
Okay, I'm on top of it.
But we'll move our scouts first, because that's the big thing. What do we got over here? What are you? It's not telling me what you are.
Ah, my uniform's getting dirty.
That's a thing that'll happen when you're in war, sweetheart. Let me see. I mean, if we hit with 4 shots, we can kill that Lancer, but I don't think we're going to. So I think what I'm gonna do is hit this instead. Actually, no, because then I've already moved people, and I don't know where that explosion is gonna go, so let's maybe not do that yet. I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna see about hitting that Lancer. Maybe we get lucky. You never know. All right, let's see. There we go. Line up the shot.
This one's sealed with a kiss.
Oh.
Report.
Oh my god. 11 HP game. Are you serious right now? All right.
Yes, right away. This place is filthy.
Man, I didn't realize how many neat freaks we had in this particular squad.
What's your situation?
What are you? Can I actually see you now? Okay, you are a shock trooper. And even if I hit you in the head, it's not gonna do shit, so we're just not gonna shoot, I guess. Think you need to do it to block that route. I mean, they haven't even told us that we need to do it yet. I'm like, okay, I'm doing a little bit of meta knowledge here, where the game is probably gonna tell us next turn that we need to blow these things up. So that's essentially where we're at right now.
Moving out.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll get this one over here next turn. Because then, as soon as we're able to move on the next turn, I'll hit this explosive barrel thing, and then I'll be able to move everybody out of the way. Oh, look at this. We're gonna get the 3-piece on this one.
Please hit. I'll totally help.
Didn't really need it though, cause Alicia, but even so.
Enemy unit neutralized.
I mean, I don't know if I would call it cheesing, Oxford. It's more like I just know this game. I would argue that even an amateur player might see that and be like, oh, let me check that out and see what that does.
Been waiting here.
Alright, Largo. I'm gonna need you to move, buddy. I'm gonna need you to move like you got a purpose.
Vegetables!
I don't know why he triggered that, like, at the very end of his turn. That's kind of weird.
I'm on it.
Oh, she was actually taking shots. Holy shit.
I see Gallians headed your way. Be careful.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that the Shock Trooper and the Lancer, in spite of having different sized action point bars, have the same amount of movement points?
Don't move around unnecessarily.
I feel like that's not right. I feel like that's not right.
Leave it to me.
All right, let's get the tanks out of here. Just got to make sure that we don't park in the middle of the rock slide.
Please, please don't let it reach Rangreaves.
I'll wipe the smug grins off your...
Alright, the question is whether the Edelweiss will be able to make it as far as I need it to make it.
Here we go!
And for some reason I feel like the answer might be no, and that frightens me for a whole bunch of different reasons.
Make sure to keep your distance. It's not an opponent you can win against.
Well, I hope that's far enough, because if not, we're gonna find out the hard way. And this is essentially what we're doing, chat. We're causing the rock slides to make the Marmota go the direction that we want it to go. And then my mans get shot. Hey, look here, that's not cool, man.
Please hit.
Bakery waifu is not... Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for shooting bakery waifu. Not like it was built for speed. I mean, you say that, track tension, but that was the whole thing that they were talking about with the Marmota is like...
Lieutenant, explosives have been installed next to the gully walls.
Yeah, this is when they're gonna tell us about it.
Detonate them with a gunshot. They'll cause a rock slide that may slow the enemy down.
But won't the person setting them off also get caught in the rock slide?
They're shock-sensitive time bombs. Once you arm them with a shot, there's still time. Shoot them, then pull out before they go off. Their range is wide, though, so be careful.
Oh, now they're just gonna drop mortars on us. Lovely. But, yeah, they were talking about how the Marmota is actually very fast on open ground. And so, like, that's the whole reason that we're attacking it while it's in this, like, valley, because it has to go slow to move through here, but then after that, it's gonna be able to go fast. Because, as we all know, you gotta go fast.
My turn, okay?
So Alicia's already kind of gotten hurt. We will... I mean, she said we can shoot the barrel. I'm gonna shoot the barrel and see what happens. Okay, cool. So we don't actually have to blow it up. We just gotta shoot it.
My wounds are healing.
You say that like that hasn't happened all the time. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's a lot of mines. That is a lot of mines, chat.
They'll pay for this.
We're gonna have to bring up Homer on this one, I think.
You can't let them provoke you.
Oh, look, they've helpfully put arrows there, so we know which direction to go.
Enemy unit
to
sighted
drive
at
right
10
into the
o'clock.
minefield.
Lure the Marmota to the rendezvous point.
Chat, I remember there being a lot of mines, but I did not remember there being
It's
this
not
many.
an opponent you can win against.
And I don't feel
Make sure to
safe
keep your
navigating
distance.
my way through this particular set of mines. Because we've learned the hard way that the area that you need to step on to set them off is actually bigger than the mine itself.
Do you still have sufficient ammo?
Can I go?
Where's that backup?
Can I go around the sign? You're not gonna let me go around the sign. Okay, that's unfortunate.
Gallians at 3 o'clock. Distance, 600 meters.
I don't think... Nope, we're not doing it. We're wasting a little bit of action points, but I'm okay with that. Yes, I know. Thank you, game. I appreciate that. Okay.
Yes, right away.
Hopefully we can get Homer up here because...
My flesh will not be desecrated.
We're not able to actually double move anybody because of the way that I have done this.
Time for all good little Gallians to run home and hide.
So, yeah. This is unfortunate for a whole bunch of different reasons.
I'll make this look good.
That's okay. We're still gonna make it. We're gonna make it, chat.
Think you can push them back?
Okay, we're gonna move our scouts up to here. And then next turn we'll have to have Homer go first so that he can clear out all those mines.
Ha! Leave it to me.
Is Alicia the Decker of this game? I just struggle to keep it from... I mean, I mean Decker. You meant to say Decker. Talking about from Battletech, from Battletech 2016 or 2018. Kind of, yeah. Alright, now let's grab the other slower members of the team. Because I desperately need the command points that they give us. But they're so slow. They're so slow.
Let's do this thing.
Okay, so now Rosie has slightly further distance. I guess she just started from farther back.
Way ahead of you.
Please don't follow them in too deep.
Now on the plus side, with the tanks, all we have to worry about is the anti-tank mines.
Sit tight. I'm almost there.
So if I play my cards right, we could potentially blow up those barricades. Which, I guess I shouldn't be standing next to the barricades if my plan was to blow them up.
Entering combat!
But I also am not really known for the intelligence of the tactical decisions that I make, so there's that.
Make sure to keep your distance. It's not an opponent you can win against.
Chat, I'm gonna try something really stupid. And I do mean stupid. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here, Chet? I would love to save before Grendler, but I can't. I'm already in the turn, so I can't save. You know what? Okay, we can play it safe. We can play it safe. Because I don't... unless... Look, chat, unless we hit her in the head, she should still survive. So we're talking about like a literal 1 in a million chance that we accidentally kill our own person. I'm gonna be really pissed if I end up doing that, though.
Now!
Okay, well, we didn't hit our own people, but we also didn't hit the barricade. So, double loss all around. Oh, they're moving, chat. They're moving. This is where the rifle spam comes in handy. Because he's gonna move to try to come out and get a shot, but we outrange him with the rifles. So he can't actually get close enough without dying. But he's apparently just gonna keep giving it a shot anyway, just to see if he gets lucky. Oh no, chat, the trees! Think of the trees!